asked me to read this very special introduction. He is a comic and a sketch writer. He has a master's degree in winemaking. He once stopped working out to play Santa Claus and is the enforcer in his office coffee club. Please give it up right now for the one, the only, Billy Harper! Uh-oh, never falls
It's a
out.
detached dick right here. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Woo! All right, hey, keep it going for Domo. I already had my detached dick joke. Also, keep it, are you showing your servers some love? Are you showing Nathan, Shivas, and Rebecca some love? All right, also, do Rebecca a solid and vote for the 10 chicken-sized dog poll. Well, I gotta say this. Has anybody in the room ever looked into their family history?
Yes.
Danny has, you have? You have too. Where are you from?
Long Island.
That's cool. Danny, where are you from? Nice. My dad recently looked into our family history, and I helped him out a little bit with it, and I quickly discovered that I come from a long line of white trash. In fact, I learned that my name is not Billy Harper, it's actually Billy Wayne Harper III, which puts me in line to be redneck royalty. And the interesting thing about my family is they were from the Midwest, very heart and soul people. They were not racist, but they loved the N-word. NASCAR. Also, my grandmother, very godly woman, always gave me a lot of great advice. She taught me the golden rule: do unto others as you would do unto them, or do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Also, taught me never to speak out of turn and raise my hand, wait to be called on. Also, she told me not to make an ass out of myself. And she somehow was very godly and had a lot of faith too. And she always said, when you make a fool out of yourself, God will turn you into a black person. I've been standing up here for about a minute and a half and that ain't happened yet. But it's great though, because I have to say, Damo was calling out some veterans in the room, and I'd like to acknowledge the veterans in the room too. But I recently discovered it is time for me to step away and not do it anymore. So I've decided to retire from raising children. But it's nice to know that they've grown, they're starting to succeed in the world, and they still need their father for a lot of things. Mostly to leave them alone. Also to borrow my credit card and make their car payments when they need to. But the fun thing is that I raised two good children, put them on their way, but I've always wondered, what made me a great father? I raised two successful children, that's usually the standard, but I always wondered, how was I able to do that? And my wife finally told me recently, she said, Billy, it's because you think and act like an 8-year-old boy. So I farted and told her a dick joke. But that was nothing. Now, she was fine with that until I asked to see her boobies, and she put me into a timeout. And it got bad because she took away my Legos and comic books. But we have a good relationship. We did make up after a couple of days, and she came into my office and said, Billy, how about this? Let's go watch a movie together tonight. And I'm like, sure, that's great. She goes, well, what do you want to see? And I said, well, the Power Rangers movie is playing on Netflix. But the interesting thing about raising kids is you've got to set the example for them. And the way I always did it was that I like to work out. I run 4 or 5 miles a day, I swim 3 times a week, and I really do it, to stay in shape and really to set the example for them, because I want my son to be as much of a delusional athlete as I am. And it's not working. But the interesting thing about having kids is you set the example, but sometimes they step out of line. And you've got to set left and right limits for them. And I have a simple solution. I don't know sir, hey sir, when you were young and you stepped out of line with your father, how did he react? Did I trigger you or something? Okay. How does your wife handle you when you step out of line? My dad became Indiana Jones with his belt. But the thing is, and I want to give people in the room who are thinking about having children or recently have children, I want to give them some advice on how to discipline their children. And that is, when they step out of line, don't get angry with them. Don't yell at them, don't raise your hand, don't whip your belt out and hit them with it from across the room. You just need to do one simple thing. You follow them on Snapchat. But then, that seems to work sometimes, and oftentimes it doesn't. So what you need to do after that, they step out of line again, you comment on their friends' posts. And when that doesn't work, you just take a step back and hit them with a belt. But my kids, I did one thing right with them, and I told them, whatever you do, travel the world when you're young and make somebody else pay for it. That somebody else was me. But it's great because we discovered a lot of things when traveling. For instance, we discovered that if you're overseas, always take the local rideshare services, and that is because they are similar here in the United States. They know places to go. The drivers are friendly and very knowledgeable about the location. But most importantly, you're taking your life into your own hands when you get into a car with them. Also, they don't speak English either. But we discovered something great. When we went to Hawaii as a family, we discovered a lot of different things. In fact, for one thing, we discovered the food there. And we discovered as a family the best pineapple ice cream in all of Honolulu. It was at the weed store. And it pairs great with their brownies. Also, if you need some sprinkles, they'll sell an ounce to you for $30. In addition to that, we discovered a lot of the language there. In fact, I discovered when I got back that Hawaiians have a word for that person who goes on vacation in Hawaii and then tells all their influencer friends about it. It's dickhead. But most of all, we had a lot of experiences there. We did ocean canoeing. We climbed Diamond Head. We went to the North Shore tour. And as soon as I get a tribal tattoo, I'm going to get my ticket punched for a free brownie at the weed store. Hey, thanks a lot for your time. Great being here. Billy Harper, have a good evening.
Everybody, give it up for Billy Harper. Now, our next comedian coming to the stage.